Are you an established small business owner or aspiring entrepreneur? Would you like professional advice to help your business grow and succeed? Well, look no further. The Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center is the territory's #1 resource to move your business forward. Enjoy no-cost advising, low-cost training, and technical assistance from experts in both the public and private sectors. The VI SBDC is nationally accredited and sustained by the University of the Virgin Islands and the U.S. Small Business Administration. Visit us at our locations on St. Thomas, St. John, or St. Croix, and follow us on social media at VI SBDC. For easy access to all our training and networking events, be sure to join our newsletter and download the VI SBDC app. The Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center, here to help your business start, grow, and succeed.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Greetings on behalf of the VISPDC network. We welcome you to Growing the USVI Manufacturing Sector with SBA Resources. Allow me to introduce today's lead presenter, SBA Senior Area Manager for the U.S. Virgin Islands, Mr. Wayne Huddleston. Here's a friendly reminder to place your questions in the chat, and they will be addressed by the presenting team either directly in the chat or later during our question and answer segment. A copy of today's webinar will be accessible after the live event. We ask you to take the post survey email after this live session that lets us know how we're doing. This data is essential to us rendering these deliverables complimentary to you. So without further ado, Wayne, we do see your screen, and you can go ahead and take the floor.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Sharika. As Sharika said, I'm going to give a presentation today on SBA resources to help in the manufacturing sector. This presentation today is going to be a little bit different. Instead of a PowerPoint presentation where I'm talking about things a little bit in the abstract, I'm going to go through our website and go through the different resources that are shown on the website, because I find that is a really good tool for you to use and really does a good job explaining some resources we have and shows you how to just directly access them. So I'm going to go through the website, not the full website, but on some of the tools specific to the manufacturing sector. I'm going to do a brief overview about all those. And then we have a pretty small group today, so I'm going to leave plenty of time to answer any questions. We can have just direct conversations about what you're looking for, what you're trying to do, and answer any questions you may have about any of our tools. So just overall, there has been a renewed push to support the manufacturing sector under this administration, and they have added some new tools to our website and enabled us as an agency to do some new things to help you. So the first page I'm going to talk about is our manufacturing page of our website. If you have trouble remembering this URL, because right now it's sba.gov/priorities/American-manufacturers, you can just put into Google SBA manufacturing. It's probably one of the first websites that's going to come up. Just make sure it's a .gov address. So there's a lot of programs we have, and they kind of divide them out into several different areas here. So the first one is a real simple one, and this is just a site that connects you with our Office of Advocacy. Our Office of Advocacy exists to advocate for small business owners to other federal agencies within the federal government to help cut red tape, to address any bureaucratic or regulatory burdens that may be inhibiting your ability to grow or thrive as a business. They act independently. You connect with them. You'll be connected with, they have a series or a cadre of attorneys that assess things, and they can help you connect with a federal agency and advocate on your behalf. If you have some sort of regulatory burden, whether it's EPA or some contracting program or something that is causing a problem for you trying to do business either with the federal government or just business in general due to regulations, please reach out and let us know. You can just click this page right here, and I'll show you what that looks like. You can just kind of do a submission, report a concern. This gives a list of the things that you can report, regulations that are costly, permitting or licensing delays, duplicative or conflicting rules, or excessive paperwork and unclear guidance. Once you're ready and you've identified something and you pull together your information, you can just report concern, and then you'll be sent to a page that will allow you to input that data and send it out. Leave it back. Now, one thing, unfortunately, we cannot advocate for you on is local regulatory burdens. So anything that the U.S. Virgin Islands may impose, we cannot advocate for you on that. Unfortunately, we can only advocate on federal issues. But there may be some out there, and we'd be happy to help you on that. The next part is our access to capital. And this just generally covers our loans to help you buy equipment, if it's manufacturing equipment, expand, get a building, whatever it is. We have 3 primary loan programs that can help in this. One is the 7A loan program. This can be used for almost anything: refinancing debt, short or long-term capital, acquiring or refinancing buildings or real estate or equipment, changes of ownership, all sorts of things. All you have to do is be an operating for-profit business that is located in the United States, that is owned by American citizens, not being ineligible businesses. Ineligible businesses are largely just ones that are illegal or of an investment type nature. So, for instance, if you're doing something speculative with this, investing in other properties or something like that, we cannot provide a guarantee for that. Or if you're providing a business that's in the marijuana industry, that is still illegal at the federal level, so we cannot provide a guarantee for that. But just about anything else, if it's a legal operating business in the United States, you can do it. Now, when you apply for a 7A loan, and really any SBA loan, you apply through our lender network. Every lender here in the Virgin Islands, all the five big ones, Bank of St. Croix, Merchants Bank, Popular, First Bank, and Oriental, they are all SBA lenders. We provide our guarantee to them. They use it to be able to reduce their risk in a loan and provide you a loan under good terms. So you would just contact your lender. If you are having trouble, or you don't have an existing relationship with a lender, or you're having trouble getting a yes on a loan, we also have something called Lender Match that will connect you with lenders, not only within the territory, but outside the territory as well. Lenders sort of expressed interest in providing loans to Virgin Island businesses. So a couple of the other programs that you can find in there, this is also just a part of 7A, what we call 7A loans. But we have working capital loans that can be used for a pretty broad array of services as well. Again, lenders provide those. And then we have something called 504 loans. This is a very unique loan program that offers loans under terms that are far more favorable to borrowers, really low interest rates, really long terms. They are restricted, however. They are restricted to businesses that are expanding through the purchase of existing buildings or land, or building a new facility, or have long-term durable machinery and equipment that has a useful life of more than 10 years. It cannot be used for like working capital or inventory or those types of. So if you're interested in that type of loan, that is a little bit different. You apply through what's called a certified development company. We have one in Puerto Rico that has provided loans of those kinds here in the Virgin Islands, but also any certified development company across the country has the eligibility to provide one of those loans. It's a little bit of a different arrangement where this certified development company, also called a CDC, will partner with a lender, and it could be a local lender or it could be a lender from elsewhere, and then with you to get that deal done under those terms. If you're interested in that kind of loan and you are interested in purchasing land or a building or equipment or something like that, you can reach out to me. I'll provide my contact information into this presentation, and I'll show you how to connect with SBICs. All right, those are our primary access to capital programs, and we'll talk about a couple others later in this presentation. We also have resources for helping your supply chain operate effectively through American-sourced providers. This administration especially has put a focus on helping U.S. businesses source their products locally through other U.S. businesses. It helps prevent disruptions in the supply chain. It can help in all sorts of other areas, and they want to improve that sector. So there's a couple of ways you can do that. One, we have a connection of platforms that can help you connect with other industries. So one called IndustryNet, which lists over 350,000 suppliers of machinery, parts, supplies, and all sorts of things that you may need. ThomasNet helps small businesses find and compare over 500,000 American suppliers by location, by company size, and services that they offer. Connex connects manufacturers and suppliers to a searchable supply chain solution. And then IQS Direct offers the ability to search and compare American manufacturing vendors with its patented site and provides a lot of other things. We provide these services free of charge. If you're interested in trying to find a new supplier of equipment or supplies that you need for your business to grow your manufacturing, you can use these resources to help connect, and I've been told that they've been very valuable. We also have an onshoring handbook that helps you go through that process. I'll click on it to show you just what it looks like briefly. You download it here, but it provides a little bit of help if you have some supplies or resources or inventory that you need that you've been currently getting from China or some other country, and because of the tariffs and other things that are going on, that's becoming a little bit more inconsistent or expensive. This will help you find local suppliers in the United States that can help with that. All right, and then the final area is helping you take your manufacturing business global. While there is a lot of opportunity here in the United States, more than 70% of the purchasing power in the world is outside of American borders. And especially here in the Virgin Islands, we are so close to other countries and other islands and other foreign areas. You can swim to it if you're on St. John. You can go to the British Virgin Islands. But then down the island, there's a lot of other opportunities. Then up in the other areas of the Caribbean, or if you want to start sending it down to other countries like South America or Asia or someplace like that, there are lots of opportunities out there. Our largest guarantee for our lending program actually is for export loans. If you are exporting your product to another area outside this country, you can get very favorable terms on your loans. But we have a lot of other resources that are help with that. So as I mentioned, we have our loan products. We have our 90% guarantee with that. We have a presentation that we do a couple of times a year focused just on our export loans. We have a loan or export loan finance manager out of Florida. That is all he does. I can connect you with that person. He can explain all the financing packages that help you export your products outside of the United States. We also have a program called the State Trade Expansion Program, called STEP. This provides financial awards to the U.S. Virgin Islands. We provide it directly to the Virgin Island Economic Development Authority. They primarily use these funds to help connect local Virgin Island businesses outside of the territory. So there are often trade shows where you can advertise or promote your product outside the territory. The Virgin Island Economic Development Authority will pay for you to go to those trade shows free of charge. You just have to apply through the Virgin Island Economic Development Authority, but we provide them the money specifically for that. So if you need help marketing or promoting your product or service to other countries, please connect with the Virgin Islands Economic Development Authority and ask them specifically about the STEP program, and they can help with that. We also have a network of local resources. Of course, there is the SBDC. They can help you with putting together your plan to export outside of the country. But there are also what we call USVI, U.S. Export-Import Assistance Centers. The closest one is located in Florida, but they can serve this area. They can meet with you online. They can help you put together your plan. They also have connections with foreign trade offices. So, for instance, if you are trying to export your product down to Venezuela or Colombia or some other place, we have offices and trade officials in those offices that can connect you with how to navigate their local laws of how you can import your product there or export your product there, and effectively enter that market. They have a lot of good services to help with that. Okay, so let me go back to the site here. And that is pretty much it. I want to mainly go through the resources that we have specifically for manufacturing, and they are available on our site. There's a lot of good resources to use, and they're there just to take advantage of. The really big priority for this administration and for SBA is to help small businesses expand their manufacturing capabilities and expand overseas with what they're trying to do. So that's a general quick overview of these programs and what they do. I do want to open up, since we have a pretty small group here today, I'd really like to focus on what specifically we can help you with regards to not only just manufacturing, but anything related to SBA. So what I'll do now is I'll stop my sharing and open it up to any questions you may have about SBA or about our manufacturing programs.
All right, do we have any questions? You're able to unmute your mic and ask Wayne directly. I don't see any hand raised as yet. Let's see if something popped up in the chat. Okay, Wayne, we don't have any questions, so thank you for that. And we want to remind everyone in the audience that this recording will be available. Go ahead and sign up to the SBDC, the VI SBDC training portal, and select on demand. You can access this recording at any time. All right, so Wayne, once again, it's always a pleasure collaborating with you on these type of initiatives. And thank you everyone in attendance for your time. And so on behalf of the entire VI SBDC network, we wish you a productive rest of day. Bye, everyone.